Hello everyone, this is now day 8 of my 31-day January challenge. So this is now the first video of week 2 and this is a lower body session. So a 5-minute workout for lower body over 5 minutes. We're going to go through some lunges with a knee drive, some calf raises, a hinge movement, some hamstring walkouts, and then lastly some squats but with a step to either side. And hopefully this will really challenge your lower body. I'm going to start the timer and we'll get straight into some lunges with a knee drive. So I'll give you 2 ways of doing it. The first way is going to be the harder version, and the second way is going to be the slightly easier version. So the timer's started now. I'm going to start standing on one leg and we're just going to come back. I'm going to start on one leg for the whole 30 seconds and swap onto the other leg. So this is the harder version, just squat back or lunge back to knees at 90 degrees and then drive forward. The easier version is lunging forward and then driving our knee up as we come up, taking a few steps back and going again. So we got 2 seconds left. We'll swap legs, so let's go back onto our left leg. If you're doing the harder version, swap onto your left leg and your right leg's going backwards. So the reason this is a little bit harder is because you have to have a little bit more balance and stability as you're stepping backwards. As I say, the easier version, step forward, knee drive up. Walk back, step forward, knee drive up. Alright, last 3 seconds, let's get our last few reps in. 1 second, alright, we're going to go on some calf raises, probably the simplest exercise you can do. Just going to stand still and just come up onto your toes and really feel the squeeze of the muscle and the back lower portion of your leg. So it's as simple as that. This can be quite an easy one, so if it is, let's come onto one leg and we'll swap legs at the 30-second mark. Basically what you're trying to do is get as big a contraction as you can out of that. Alright, 30-second mark, so switch legs if you are, doing one-legged. Obviously the easier version is 2 legs, as you're splitting it over both legs. So yeah, we don't want to be bouncing in this exercise, we just want to be really controlling that contraction and really feeling the squeeze in that muscle. So last 10 seconds, then we'll move on to a hinge movement. So a hinge movement we've done before, 2, 1, is this one where our hands come down to our shins. So if that one was a struggle last time, then continue doing that. If it's not, if you want to step up, put your hands over your head and do the same thing. So hinge down and come back up, squeezing those glutes, pushing the hips forward at the top. So this just makes the exercise a little bit harder. You're extending the lever a little bit, so that it just puts a little bit more tension on the hamstring. Whichever one you're doing, you still want to have a nice flat back. Your arms just extend over the head, and you want to have a nice soft bend in the knees. So as you're coming down, your back stays flat, almost like a tabletop. And you're coming back up and squeezing those glutes. Try not to round that back as you're coming down. So last 10 seconds of this. And then we're going to get onto the floor for our hamstring walkouts. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we're going to lie on our back, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Bring our hips to the ceiling, so that's a basic glute bridge. We're going to hold that, and we're just going to walk our heels out to the wall in front of us over there. Once we get to the end, drop down onto the floor, come back into that start position and go again. So basically you're trying to just put stress through these hamstrings, through these walkouts. They are quite hard. So if they are quite hard, come into this bridge and just take 1 step out at a time, hold that for a few seconds, take another step out, and it'll become a point where you can't physically hold that. So just hold it for as long as you can and then drop down and do the same thing. As I say, if you can do that, then let's try and walk them out all the way until you're basically flat on the floor. So last 5 seconds of these should be really hurting the back of your hamstrings here. 1 second. So last exercise, can do some squat sidewalks. So we're going to squat down, step to the side, step back, come back up. So nice and simple. I want to try and get this really nice squatting form, so come down as if you're sitting down, step to the side, step back, come back up. The lower you go down, the harder the exercise is going to be. So if you go down here, it's going to be a lot harder than if you do a little quarter squat here and step to the side this way. So it's up to you how deep you can go. But basically what this does is just puts your quads under tension and keeps them under tension as you're walking from side to side. It's the last 15 seconds, so this is the last exercise. As I say, nice easy workout for lower extremity. Should hopefully be a challenge for some. And if it's not, hopefully I've given you some progressions to help you out. Last second, there we go, that's it. Stop the timer. So that was video 8 of my January challenge. Lower body workout, 5 minutes. Hopefully I've given you a few more regressions and progressions there to help you out if you've been struggling with some of the ones from before. See you tomorrow.